I don't really know how to title this video because we have a lot to talk about. Yesterday, if you weren't a part of Karrion Kross's live documentary, it's still available to watch at Killer Kross. I highly recommend watching it because he does give a lot of insight into what really happened with the Karrion Kross movement. The one thing that was super notable for me was, I'm pretty sure everybody has seen this video where Karrion Kross and Scarlett are passing by all of these fans, and it seems like they are backstage and they're just waiting for the wrestlers to leave the arena. There was this little girl who was trying to get Kross's attention. So that's the video that he's referencing here. And he said that somebody backstage, which I mean, I could assume the name starts with a B and the last name starts with a P, but I'm also not going to start any sort of rumors because I don't know who it is. But I am just assuming that this is the individual who told Kross not to encourage the fans, which is kind of crazy because people want to make the argument saying, well, he's a heel, he shouldn't be out there encouraging it. And I think Kross had a perfect response to it because he said that he used to be those fans. He was out there waiting, and it didn't matter if you're a face or heel. Everybody gave time to the fan. Notable people, notable heels. So if it was okay for them to do it, then why is it such a big deal for Kross to do it? We've seen the movement online. We've seen it in front of Triple H when they're chanting, "We want Kross," yet he turns around and says, "You want Brock? Well, you got him." Personally, I wasn't one of those fans that were advocating for his return. I stand on business when I say I don't think somebody who was named 44 times in a lawsuit should have returned. He's back to whatever capacity that is. And the best and most positive thing that I can say about this is, now that you're back, give us Brock versus Gunther. But now that you're back, because I shelved that match, just like Roman versus Brock, I have those matches shelved. Maybe he's going to be John Cena's final match. I have no idea because we know that he's not going to be the one going against John Cena at Clash in Paris. That's going to Logan Paul. And speaking of Logan Paul, Karrion Kross also praised Logan Paul because Logan Paul was the one pushing for Karrion Kross to be a part of the WrestleMania storyline. You have the fans chanting, "We want Kross." You have the fans selling out Kross's merch. Yet you're really not going to listen to all of that. So you're not going to look at the sales. And maybe it's because Logan Paul just pitches a lot of ideas and they can only say yes to a couple. But pitching for Karrion Kross to be a part of that match against AJ Styles, I think that would have been good booking. It made sense, but even then they still didn't do it. The machine wants to create its products. If you are not made by the machine and you organically got yourself over, then at that point the machine isn't necessarily going to pay attention to you because it's not their product. It's not their creation. So for them, they don't think it's sustainable. That's why they wait and see the fans' reaction. They wait to see if it's just internet noise or if it'll translate on Monday Night Raw, on Friday Night SmackDown. And it really is up to the IWC to create these sort of movements to give validity towards all of the internet noise, towards all of the "We want Kross" chants, the signs, the selling out merch, these ideas that are being pitched by Karrion Kross, by other talent for him. It just seems like a lot of green flags that are being pushed to the damn side, and it gets annoying because do you pay attention to us or not? Because it seems like you want us to spend a lot of money on ticket prices. If you have cable, ESPN, YouTube TV, Hulu TV, if you have any live subscription with channels, this does not affect you. But if not, you're paying an extra $30 for ESPN. And it gets extremely frustrating when you have Nick Khan basically saying, "Well, I believe in our fans and I believe our fans will pay for that." Of course they will, because they're paying $500, $600, $700 at WWE World to meet the Usos, to meet Damian Priest, to meet Liv Morgan, to meet Rhea Ripley. That is an insane amount of money, and I know that WWE World is more so with fanatics. I think everything is completely overpriced. I understand how business and inflation works. I have a minor in economics. I am fully aware of how all of that works, but the rate of inflation when it comes to WWE, absolutely insane, and this is why they don't cater to what the center of the IWC really cares. They really want the casual audience, which is why they keep bringing in celebrities, which is why they keep bringing in these social media podcasters who generate a ton of views, but not just for wrestling fans. They don't care if you're a wrestling podcaster or content creator because you're already catering to their fan base. They don't want you guys. They want the celebrities. They want the celebrities where they're going to generate different eyeballs, which goes back to my original point of this discussion, because now we have WWE Unreal, and WWE Unreal is supposed to more so cater towards not the WWE Universe. It's supposed to cater to people that don't necessarily watch. My sister watched it and she's the most casual fan. She knows Rhea Ripley, she knows John Cena, she knows Roman Reigns, but really outside of those three names, she doesn't really know anybody else, but she tuned in to watch this because Netflix caters to people who love docuseries. If you're on Netflix and you see a new documentary about, you don't even know who they're about, you don't even know the story, you've never heard about the person or the company or whoever it's about, you're going to watch it. As a company, that is a brilliant damn move. But now, because it seems like you're very comfortable with working your audience, is this going to be an episode in WWE Unreal for season 2, or what is happening? Especially when Paul Heyman is talking about Karrion Kross and Scarlett being tremendous talents, and to make a star, you can't just give them the IC title. You can't just push them right away. You have to make the fans want them even more, make more noise. I was thinking it was a work before, but after he said all that, it sort of cemented in me. This is all a work. Talking about the contract negotiations, talking about We Want Kross, the movement online translates with the live audience, all of that. I thought it was a complete work and that it was genius because you really are creating the star. And now my mind is a clusterfuck because I want to believe that it's a work, but in the same breath, these are people's jobs, people's lives. So if I'm over here saying, you know what? I think we're getting worked, brother, and then we're not, I would feel absolutely devastated for Scarlett and Karrion Kross because I'm over here being a mark thinking that this is a work, but in the same breath, WWE wants you to think that way now. After Seth Rollins faking the injury only to cash in, they want us to be worked. But then once we feel like we're worked, and once we make noise, and once we're loud about our opinions and what we want, Triple H is going to turn around and say, did you enjoy it? It's all a part of the show. Triple H cannot give a direct answer, and that's always pissed me off. At this point, I think Tony Khan gives more direct answers than Triple H. They both yap a lot during press conferences. They both yap and can't just give like a straight answer, like a one-liner or like a yes or no, or just something that can directly tell us the answer. They always have to go in circles and be like, oh, well, you know, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, dude, like just answer the damn question. I understand it's a business and they're not just going to give you like a clear-cut answer like that. But I think the most clear answer that they ever have given us was getting rid of the press conference, getting rid of what those questions could have been by bringing in Brock Lesnar. We get it. You guys are going to do what you guys want to do, and we are the fans, and we're just supposed to sit here and enjoy it. But then at the same time, we're supposed to be having discourse and conversations about what's happening within WWE because that's why you show the tweets. That's why you show the reactions on your TV. So you want us to talk about it, but then you don't want us to talk about it in a certain way, and you just want us to enjoy the product. I think it's okay for us, for the IWC, for us wrestling fans to criticize the fans. I don't think Triple H should have ever said anything about the fans because believe me, we are fickle, we are annoying. I am in no way defending us because a lot of us are toxic, and then there is that community that tries to be level-headed, but then everybody's mad at you because you're level-headed or because you don't have enough opinions. Some of us do just want to enjoy the product, but within enjoying the product, if we have criticisms or opinions on something, it will be heard. But for some people, they want you to shit on everything, and that's a miserable feeling. Do I think this whole Kross and Scarlett thing is a work? I have no idea because they posted their goodbyes to the WWE Universe and then they put their email where you can contact them for business inquiries. So maybe it is all a work and they're going to be running the indies and maybe they show up in TNA or AAA. I have no damn clue because I have never felt more confused as a fan than I have ever felt right now. And there's a lot of good in that. I like being worked, which is why I don't have predictions every single match or every single pay-per-view. I have my predictions when I have them, but that's not how I run my fandom. I really want to be worked, but it's hard right now when the internet always wants to be the first one or they want to be right about everything. And it's exactly what Kross said. You go and have an interview and then they clip 5 or 10 seconds and it's clipped out of context and then people run with it. They make their own decisions based off that one clip. and then they don't see the entire interview. We're transitioning into a different period here with the WWE, and I have been very vocal about that transition because I don't think TKO is helping the business in terms of numbers for WWE. Yes, they have been doing great, fantastic things, but it's at the expense of us fans, and people are paying it. People will continue to pay. I am not that kind of person that will be like, well, if you guys continue to pay for this, they're just gonna keep increasing the prices and you guys are making it worse for us fans. No, if you want to pay for that, go enjoy it. You're a wrestling fan, enjoy it. It is your money and you only live one damn life. So if you want to do it, go for it. If this whole Karrion Kross and Scarlett thing is a work, fantastic. I'm happy because that means that they did believe in them. And now they are creating bigger stars than what they were already. If it's not a work, then remember, all of you guys who were supporting Karrion Kross, I hope you guys follow his career in the indies because a lot of them do their best work in the indies. Let me know your thoughts below. Do you think it's a work? Is this going to be an episode in WWE Unreal? Let me know your thoughts below. Bye.